Hey guys, what's up? All right, welcome. So, you guys yesterday voted to hear about how to sleep your way to fat loss in peri and menopause. And this is a big one because we often think that, weight loss is just a matter of calories in and calories out. And honest to God, that could not be further from the truth. So, in some instances, you could have two people eating the same number of calories, and one woman is thin and fit and feels amazing, and the other woman just can't lose that weight no matter how hard she tries, even though the calorie count is equal. So there's other variables that are going to determine how efficiently your body is going to burn off energy and burn off stored fat. And one of those is sleep, and it's often overlooked. And now here's the thing. As we're kind of going into, perimenopause and the hormonal changes, you may have noticed you're having difficulty sleeping. This is really a circumstance of the chicken and the egg, which came first, because without eating properly for your hormones for sleep, it can disrupt your sleep. Now, when we have disrupted sleep, this can disrupt your hormones. So we got to get it, we really need to get this dialed in if you want to have natural fat loss. And I hear from women very often, and I feel so bad, and they're doing everything and trying really hard and getting up super early before work and working out or working out late at night and doing all these things, and it's messing up their sleep, or they're not getting enough sleep and they're not seeing results and they're getting frustrated. And so after today, I hope you can understand why that is. So first and foremost, when we don't get enough sleep, it's going to really make your life a heck of a lot harder. But it's going to impact, number one, your cortisol, obviously, which is, I think, the most commonly known one, and that's our stress hormone, famously known for putting fat on the belly. So when you don't get enough sleep, your body sees this as a stressor. Because it is stressed out from not enough sleep, it raises cortisol, the stress hormone, which puts fat on the belly, right? We always talk about that menopause belly. It's a thing, like it has a term for a reason. So we want to make sure that we are keeping our cortisol levels low. Additionally, when we don't get enough sleep, it affects our hunger hormones. So leptin is the hormone that's lovely. It tells us we've had enough to eat. Ghrelin is the one that tells us we're hungry. So both are great when they're working properly. But if you're not getting enough sleep, they're not functioning properly. So what's happening is your body is telling you that it's hungry, even though it really doesn't need anything, because those hunger hormones aren't signaling properly because you didn't get enough sleep to reset them. So all day you're going with willpower, trying to lose weight, and you have these cravings and you're feeling hungry even though you ate your full meal that you were supposed to eat. And it's not you, there's nothing wrong with you or your lack of willpower. It's the fact that your hunger hormones aren't signaling to you properly. And in order for this to happen, we need to make sure that they reset properly overnight through deep sleep. So how do we do this? Now, one of the first things we want to do is make sure you are balancing your blood sugar properly, because blood sugar is closely tied to cortisol. And if we are not balancing our blood sugar properly, our cortisol is out of whack, and that's going to cause sleep disturbances and food cravings. So how do we do this? Well, we just want to make sure we're having enough at our meals. And I know a lot of women do not eat enough at your meals because you're in that diet mentality and you think, I don't want to overeat because I'm going to gain weight. Well, obviously you don't want to overeat and you don't want to eat the wrong things, but you want to make sure that you're getting plenty at your meals. So we want to make sure we're having a nice balance of protein, around 30 grams, 20 to 30, 35 grams at each meal, 3 times a day, sometimes 4. You want to make sure you're getting enough fiber. Fiber is actually going to feed your gut microbiome, which helps in the production of hormones, and it helps in the production of hormones that also help you with sleep. And we also want to make sure we're getting enough healthy fats. And healthy fats also help with hormone production, And they also help to keep us feeling fuller and satiated for longer. So again, which comes first, the bad sleep or the messed up hormones? So we got to get the meals dialed in, to get the hormones dialed in, to get the sleep dialed in, which is going to then help with your hormones further. So you want to start your day that way, with a balanced breakfast to balance your blood sugar, which is going to help with the cortisol. And this is all going to help you later with sleep, but then we want to have obviously a nice lunch, the same, and dinner. So let's get to dinner, because obviously this is the meal that's closest to when we sleep. This is so important. First and foremost, you want to stop eating about 3 hours before sleep. And the reason for this is, after we eat a meal, our body is busy digesting. We don't want this when we're sleeping. We want to maximize the benefit we're getting from sleep. Like, how can you get any better at simple weight loss than sleeping? You're sleeping, you're not doing anything. So let's maximize on that quality of sleep, so your body can do its job while you're doing absolutely nothing, right? Like, don't you love this? It's better than feeling the burn. So in order to get the best possible sleep, we want to make sure we are balancing out our blood sugar in the evening. So first, no eating for 3 hours before sleep. So what this does is, instead of your body being busy digesting, your body is already digested. So now your body can just focus on restoring and repairing. You're going to have a deeper sleep this way. And this is going to help with hormone production overnight. So what you want to look at for this meal, for your dinner, is similar to the breakfast with the proteins, carbs, and fats. So we want to have enough protein, around 30 grams of protein. This is going to help to keep us full, help with serotonin, which is that feel-good chemical, which helps with melatonin, which is the hormone for sleep. We want to make sure we're getting plenty of fiber. Try for around 8 to 10 grams in your meals, 30 grams a day. This is going to help to feed that gut bacteria. Doesn't really sound sexy when you're talking about feeding the gut bacteria, but I'm telling you, every single thing in your body is run by that gut bacteria. The gut microbiome is running the show. It is helping with hormone production. It's helping with everything. It's going to make your life so much easier when you deal with it this way, from the inside out. So we want to have enough protein at dinner. We want to make sure we're having enough fiber at dinner. And we want to, of course, make sure we're having enough healthy fats. Now, healthy fats, of course, are needed for proper hormone production. And they're also going to slow down the rate at which your body digests that meal. So I'll give you like an example. So if you were to have just like a quick fixed meal with a lot of carbs and no proteins and no fats, your body's going to kind of break that down really quickly. It's going to raise your blood sugar really high. And then it's going to crash your blood sugar back down. And so then what's going to happen is, when you've gone to sleep at like 2, 3 in the morning, you're going to wake up. The reason you're waking up is because your blood sugar's out of whack. So this is really important to have this balanced meal at dinner, so that it keeps your blood sugar stable for hours and through the night, so that you're not waking up with these blood sugar spikes and cortisol spikes, because blood sugar and cortisol are tied together. So if you're having just a carb meal, you're just having pasta, let's say, for dinner, and then it's, the pasta turns into glucose, it spikes you right up, and then it spikes you down, and now you're waking up in the middle of the night because your blood sugar's out of whack and your blood sugar's tied to your cortisol. It's not good. Then you're not going to sleep all night, and because you didn't sleep all night, now your hunger hormones are out of whack, now your cortisol's out of whack, and so you're going through the day fighting through food cravings all day and feeling like you need to pick at food to bring your energy levels back up, and you're never really feeling satisfied, right? So like I said, it's a chicken and the egg, it's a cycle. So one feeds into the other. But the good news is, when you take care of it on this end, it's going to help with the sleep. And that sleep is going to help with your proper hormone production, including your hunger hormones, your energy levels, fat storage. Does your body burn fat or store fat? Like, it's all determined by this. So just to quickly recap, really bad sleep is going to affect your hormones negatively the next day and leave you having food cravings and reaching for food when you're not even hungry. And it's going to be messing with your energy levels and keeping fat on your belly. No matter how many cardio sessions you do, no matter how low you drop your calories, you are fighting a losing battle and you will be miserable. The good news is, you can do this in a way that gives you great energy levels, that allows your body to naturally release the fat, and that regulates your appetite and gets rid of food cravings completely. And the way to do this is to make sure you're having the proper blood sugar balance, starting with the breakfast, then of course with the lunch, then of course with the dinner. Very, very important. When you start looking at food as, how is this affecting my hormones? How is this affecting my sleep? How is this affecting my mood? It is much easier to live that way, and it's definitely much easier to get results that way that keep with you than counting calories, because that is a losing battle. And I am telling you, people need to start waking up from that, because obviously if they work so well, people wouldn't keep going on them. It is a losing game. It comes down to, how is this food impacting your body? Much more important. So you want to make sure you're having that proper dinner, and with the protein, with the fiber, with the healthy fats, and then you want to make sure you have it 3 hours before you go to sleep to allow your body to really focus on restoring itself overnight and helping your hormonal balance, which is then going to make the next day easier, and so on and so on and so on. So I hope that helps you guys. Comment below, and actually, you know what? Comment below your age, because I'm really curious where everyone is at with this. And I'll start. I'm 51.5. But drop your age below. I'm really curious, like, are we in our early 40s? Are we in our 50? Are we in our late 50s? Like, where is everybody at? So drop that number below and let me know if this helped you. I hope it did. It is honestly really good news when you understand how to eat for fat loss at this age. I know it feels like it's a losing battle because you're doing the same things you used to do and they're not working, so you're thinking it's not going to work. But the good news is, it's a better way of doing it when you're eating for nourishment. And when you take care of your body properly and fuel it so your hormones are running smoothly, the fat comes off as a side effect. So it's a much better way of living, and you'll have better energy and better moods at the same time. So anyway, drop your age below. I would love to hear it, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.